Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Peter Palmer podcast, where we attempt to read every issue of the Amazing Spider-Man week by week. So you can be a Spider-Man expert as well. Also on this podcast, we review movies for like the first half an hour or so.
It's pretty good.
My name is Mike, the co-host, one of the co-hosts.
What?
With me, as always, is...
I am Sammie.
The other co-host.
Yes.
Hi, Sammie.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Good. What are you doing on your phone right now?
You can look in my glasses and see. Don't pretend like you can't.
I actually could. It wasn't.
I'm kidding. I was just on Facebook. So.
Wow. I wish I didn't ask. That's so boring.
Wow. You know what? You're right. I'm not even mad at that.
Welcome to the podcast. Not you, Sammie, the listeners. All the new listeners from our promo.
Yeah, thank you for watching.
There's none. There's probably like one Norwegian guy that clicked on this out of curiosity because Thomas shared it. So it's all right. Last week didn't do too well, but maybe this week will be an exception.
This is a great way to fucking open.
Look, we have transparency here. You guys can't see the numbers we do, but we can, and it makes us
the way we are right now. So
yeah, it's not even that late, but we just got back from a movie.
Watching an emotionally draining movie.
Yeah, so we can talk about that on our segment. Our first segment we like to call...
This is a movie segment with Sammie and Mike. This is a movie segment. Hanging tight, my boy.
Toy Story 4. It's a movie. We just watched it. We saw the whole
God
thing.
only knows what I'd be without you.
The song wasn't in the movie.
I know, but it was in the trailer though. I like that, man. It's probably one of my favorite Toy Story movie. Out of the 4, it's in my top 2.
Yeah, I could agree with that. But you have a different number 1, don't you?
I think I have to rewatch them all, but from memory, I like the first one better.
First one's good.
Yeah.
It's short, sweet.
Yeah. It's got
you
Sid.
meet all the characters.
Yeah.
They traumatize the next door neighbor.
It's got a pizza. What's that pizza joint?
Planet.
Pizza Planet. Wow.
I wonder if the Pizza Planet truck was in Toy Story 4. It makes a cameo in all these movies.
Yeah, it
but
does.
I wasn't keeping an eye out.
The gas station. Yeah, Dynaco.
From Cars.
Yeah.
They've done that before in something. I can't remember what. Probably
Anyway.
Inside Out.
Yeah, I think they probably have.
If you guys can hear chewing, that's not either of us. That's
The animal that lives in this house.
Yeah, I thought he stopped, but just as soon as we started recording, he has to come right up to the microphone and start chewing.
Because what he does is grabs a mouthful of food, then walks around the table while chewing.
The infamous...
What the It's so weird.
It's the season 3 dog.
Yeah, it is.
For now. But no, Toy Story 4 was good.
I loved it,
I liked it.
It had a really nice ending. I liked it the most.
It brings closure to the Woody character.
Yeah.
Most of all, which is good.
It's got some really nice moments, in it with him.
Yeah.
And the character that's supposed to be the antagonist, is the best antagonist, I say that with air quotations, in all of the Toy Story movies.
I'd say so, because they didn't just screw them over at the end.
And just kill them, yeah.
They don't kill them, but
make sure that they're
Yeah, Lotso gets attached to a truck.
Yeah,
they just pin him to a truck.
I think that's worse than being dead. I think that's pretty messed up.
I know, that's torture. Yeah. And the prospector. They give him to a little girl and she dolls him up and he's like, oh no, I'm feminine now.
Yeah.
I wish they explored that more. Make a sequel about the prospector in drag.
Yeah.
I'd like that. What else to say about Toy Story 4?
Keanu Reeves is good.
Keanu Reeves is good. He says whoa at one point.
Whoa. Yeah, I was like, yes.
Forky was great. He's the character I was looking forward to.
All his moments were really good and all his funny moments were actually funny. I laughed. They were really good.
There wasn't as much of him as I thought.
No, it wasn't. It was definitely the Woody show. It was all about Woody.
Well, I like Forky, the suicidal
and existential crisis. Why am I alive?
He learns stuff. Everyone learns a thing or two.
Everybody learns a lesson. Yeah, I like that.
A lot of the classic side characters didn't get much to do. Not enough Rex or Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, no.
It
was they had 3 lines.
That's all right. There's new characters in it.
Yeah, exactly. Which was nice.
Woody and Buzz do things. Buzz had a good running gag. It's
his inner voice.
Because Woody tells him to listen to his inner voice, and Buzz thinks that means his
voice box.
Yeah, his voice boxes. So he keeps pressing
his
Look
buttons.
up, a meteor shower.
Yeah, back to base. Back to Star Command.
I feel like he had way too many like variations
of the
inside.
But I mean, like toys these days, come on. Like,
it's an old toy though.
Technically, it's like a 90s toy, so yeah.
I don't remember him saying that stuff in the old movies. Continuity error.
Yeah, well, I can forgive that.
My Buzz didn't say all those things.
Not my Buzz.
It said like 3 different things per button. I've wrote this movie. It looked nice. I like that Pixar add film grain to their movies now. It makes it look cinematic. At least I think it did, because it didn't have that sharp, like overly squeaky clean animated quality to it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like the Secret Life of Pets trailer where everything's like sharp
God, please
and
stop.
dull and gross.
Everything, it was just so like even the cinematography and the lighting was just really nice, and like the animation was like on another level with this one. I really liked it.
I like that they managed to make everything look like a real universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
doesn't look too
about
like
real people.
Yeah.
Like the human characters look real, but they don't look like real people.
Exactly. They look like really, real in that world, in that universe, and like grounded.
The environments all look real.
Yeah. And it makes sense, like, for the toys to be interacting in that world. Like, it doesn't seem like, oh, what the fuck, toys are alive. Like, it just seems natural, like, looks really good. Yeah.
So, yeah, Toy Story 4, good. We're not going to spoil it by talking too much.
Yeah, just go watch it. Yeah, it's a short
people
movie.
Are going to see it. It's going to make like $1 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like 100 minutes or something. It's pretty standard animated movie length, I'd say. Would you say?
Yep. Sorry.
Thank you.
I was itching.
So, what else did you watch, Sam?
So we watched Spider-Man 3 last week.
Oh yeah, we did. Actually, did we talk about Men in Black yet? Because we saw it after we did the podcast, didn't we?
Oh, I don't think we did.
Men in Black International. Yeah, we didn't.
Oh, we didn't.
So before we talk about Spider-Man 3, we can talk about
Men in Black International. Yeah, we watched that and it was...
I don't remember what the plot was. Can you explain what the plot was?
I can't. I literally can't. Like, the first part of the movie, I can't explain the plot because it didn't feel like it had a plot. Like, I just remember watching and just thinking, like, throughout the first, like, half of the movie, just thinking, like, wait, what's happening? Why are they here? Wait, what's their motivation to be here? Like, what's the... So, Like, that's the... Yeah. I don't know what the mission is. Like, I don't understand. Like, there was some...
It was too plot heavy, and I didn't, like... I wasn't into the plot because it wasn't particularly interesting.
The characters didn't feel like real characters. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't put enough character work into it.
Yeah, they just...
Like, they set both of them up, and I was like, okay, I can go with this, like, where it's heading. Because Tessa Thompson's, like, the really determined character. Like, she pretty much pursues her own way into the Men in Black just on her own because she wants to know how it all works.
Yeah.
Because she sees an alien when she's young and sees the Men in Black.
Yeah.
So she's just been trying to work her way
towards the Men in Black the whole time. But
that's interesting.
Chris Hemsworth's character, I was just like...
Yeah, and once Tessa Thompson was in the Men in Black, I was kind of just like, oh, she lost that endearing.
Yeah. I don't know. It was a confusing movie not in a way that's like thought-provoking. It was confusing in the way I was just like, what is this movie trying to be? Like, it didn't feel like a Men in Black movie at all.
I didn't like how Tessa Thompson just kind of showed up there and they're like, okay, you can be a Men in Black.
Yeah.
It's like, I remember the first movie, Will Smith had to go through a whole training process.
I know. And like, she just shows up.
And that was half the movie, like him training to be a Men in Black.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just like, Tessa Thompson, here you go, you can have guns.
Yeah, like she shows up there, right? And then she compliments this Emma Thompson character and she goes, okay, you can be a Men in Black. And then Bubble In by Anderson .Paak plays and she gets guns and suits. And then
terrible montage.
Yeah, and literally in the same day, she gets sent to London or whatever and then she has a mission.
Yeah, well, I mean, technically... She wasn't meant to go on missions. Yeah. Like Chris Hemsworth, she went up to Chris Hemsworth and was like, can you take me on this mission? He's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And Chris Hemsworth's character had potential as well, I thought.
I guess. For me, I had huge, that was like the biggest problem for me is like when I was just watching, I was like, where is this going? Like I just had huge problems with it, like huge problems. I just couldn't.
Yeah. Because he was meant to be a guy who
did a great thing and then could never live on.
No, he's overly cocky, but he doesn't really know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Well, he's made to think that he's like really successful, but he's kind of lost his ways.
Yeah.
We're meant to think he's lost his ways. Because spoilers, as if you give a shit. He has been talked up to have defeated the Hive, this alien, these aliens who invaded. But it turns out Liam Neeson neuralized him and told him that he defeated the Hive, but he actually didn't.
Like, this is actually making me tired, this conversation. Like, thinking about Men in Black just makes me sleepy because it just was so boring.
Yeah, and the Hive took over Liam Neeson. So now...
he's the bad guy.
Yeah, so Chris Hemsworth... apparently he wasn't all that good after all. It doesn't really make a lot of sense.
No.
Because he doesn't even remember he didn't defeat the Hive until Tessa Thompson asked him. He's like, oh,
yeah. And then, like, she ends up defeating him. And I don't know. Fuck. Like, you can hear it in my voice. I'm just like, dude.
Yeah.
What a...
Camille Nanjiani alien wasn't funny.
No. He was like my queen. He's basically Ugandan Knuckles.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Everything he said, I was like, stop.
Yeah, like...
stop commentating things for no reason. And he had no plot reason to be there.
Exactly. And for some reason, everyone in the cinema, every time he opened his fucking mouth, they were like, oh, I'm just like, it's not funny.
They just wrote him in as the comic relief.
Yeah.
As if having Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson isn't enough.
Yeah. That's the problem. They didn't use them properly.
I think it needed a better suited director for this franchise, not straight out of Compton guy.
No, it was just became like this boring, plain movie. It could have been something, had potential.
I'm sure Sony had their hands in this as well, because they tend to do that.
Oh, well.
It just felt like something that was forced out. And they're like, no one's going to see this. So they put Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth in there. They're off Thor Ragnarok. People like Thor Ragnarok, so they're going to see this. Not true. Make a good movie.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Spider-Man 3, we rewatched that.
Yeah, for the how manyth time?
Yeah. I've seen it so many times in the past, like, year.
My favorite, well, it's not, it was my favorite childhood. Like, that's the Spider-Man I've watched the most out of my childhood.
The first one is definitely that one for me.
Yeah.
I watched that so many times.
Yeah, for me and my brother, it was definitely Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. Spider-Man 2 is the one I watched the least as a kid, but now it's my favorite.
Yeah.
Probably because Spider-Man 2 is mostly drama.
Yeah, it is. It's like a very character drama.
There's like, I want to say 45 minutes of that movie where Spider-Man's not in it. Maybe even longer.
Yeah.
Because he gives up being Spider-Man like midway through, and then he's Peter Parker for most of the rest of the movie.
I like Spider-Man 2. I appreciate it more
Spider-Man
as like,
2.
yeah.
But Spider-Man 3, what do you think of it? Because a lot of people don't like this movie.
I love Spider-Man 3. Come on, man. Yeah. It's a great movie. I don't hate, okay. I disagree with other people that are like, these movies are goofy. They're bad, okay? These Raimi movies, just bad. Like, today I actually opened Instagram this morning and looked at like my Instagram stories. And someone had made an Instagram story, like a Spider-Man cosplayer. And it was like, he just recording a clip from Spider-Man, like the first one. He was like, come on, guys, these movies are terrible. Look at this clip. I'm just like, no, like, what's your fucking argument?
How people feel the need to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, you guys are wrong for liking a movie.
Yeah, it's just like, let people like them.
I don't think you're wrong if you don't like Spider-Man 3. Yeah. There's problems with it.
Exactly.
The plot's pushed forward by coincidences. And, you know, the balance between the plot lines isn't like as neat as the rest of the movies. It's kind of split into sections where it's like, this is the Sandman section. And then they intertwine them at the end. I don't know. I feel like every scene has a purpose and all the characters make sense. They all.
It's a nice ending to the trilogy. Like,
it is.
In like
that's
retrospect,
why,
you know what I mean?
That's one thing that's like, you got to at least like how it wraps up.
Yeah.
The MJ, Peter, and Harry dynamic
thing, yeah.
And I like that Peter and MJ just don't get the kiss at the end, and it's like, we're gonna get married now. Everything's fine.
Exactly. It's like bittersweet as hell.
We've both made a lot of mistakes,
and we're both kind of like haven't been the best to each other. And
I literally slapped you in the face earlier, MJ.
Yeah.
Which is kind of looking back, it's like, it's bold to put that in a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah,
Have
it is.
Peter Parker slapped.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
Even though it was an accident, like, you still, like,
he still assaulted her, like, like, clearly hurt her, yeah.
Yeah, Sam Raimi's so good at building suspense and making you be like, yeah, Spider-Man saved the day.
Yeah. Oh my God, that end battle.
Yeah, the
far out, man. I still, when I watch that, I'm like, like, oh my God, no. Yeah.
And Harry shows up and you're like, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
It's good. There's probably a lot to say about it. I'll make a video on it sometime because I want to do a whole Raimi trilogy video series.
Trilogy? A Raimi trilogy video series?
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know if I want to do it like 1, 2, 3 or start from 3 then go back.
Do whatever feels natural, dude.
I might start from 3 because I feel like a lot of people are going to do videos on the first one.
Yeah, exactly.
Around this time because Far From Home's coming out.
Yeah, do 3.
I've already seen like 3 in my subscription box come up. It's like Raimi's Spider-Man 1 is the best thing ever. The video essay. But yeah.
Anyway. Oops.
Spider-Man 3, thumbs up. Good villains. I love Topher Grace's.
Yes. I love Topher Grace's Venom. Come on, guys. Yeah. And I love the casting for Sandman. He was good. Even though,
he's
like,
so good.
Yeah.
He gets sidelined for a lot of
I was about to say, yeah. Even though he's like not like the
I think
main
that's the main problem people have with the movies. Like, there's too many villains because they don't each get like a whole movie's worth of development.
Yeah, but like these, I don't know.
Sandman for the first chunk, and then it becomes the Eddie Brock show, and then
it's ends. Harry, and yeah.
But I like Sandman's little conclusion, his payoff.
Yeah.
Where he admits that he killed Uncle Ben, but it was an accident, and he was just trying to get money for his daughter.
Yeah, because
Peter Parker, because he's done some terrible things too. He's learnt a lesson. He forgives the man who killed his uncle.
And that's beautiful. Come on, guys.
And lets him
Isn't that just like
fade away into the sunset or sunrise? Sorry.
Becomes sand.
Yeah. And I love the dance scenes as well. That's a whole other thing. But the dance scene in the jazz club, like,
God, I love that scene so much. The whole jazz club scene. Yeah.
The fact that no one else would probably think to do that is why it's so good.
Yeah, exactly.
And it has a reason to be in there.
And it's so, I don't know, like, who's bold enough to put a dance scene in a superhero movie? Come on, like that's
It takes up that much time and effort. Yeah. And it's all just Peter trying to spite MJ.
Yeah, and you just really see how much of a piece of shit he is being in that moment. And like you kind of like your good guy becomes a bit of a bad guy and you're just like, whoa, like.
Yep.
I feel like
Gwen Stacy gets sidelined in that movie.
She does, yeah.
But that's all right.
That's okay.
She probably ran off to be in Spider-Man 4 that they didn't make.
That's so sad.
Did you see this thing recently or this week where people thought
it was a Spider-Man 4 comic?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were actually counting down.
I know. I had my hopes up for a little bit because I was like,
maybe, yeah.
I was like, okay, this.
But why did they start counting down from 4?
That's the thing where it's like
so weird.
It must have something to do with the comic because they don't usually do that.
Yeah, they don't.
They count down to a thing.
Yeah.
Unless the number means something. So maybe people are saying Fantastic Four crossover. I'm like, no, they cross over every week.
I was about to say, yeah, when people are like, oh my God, like
it's
that
people
happened.
That don't read the comics that are saying that because they're just going to cross over Fantastic Four with Spider-Man.
I'm like, what the fuck crossover? Johnny Storm's in like every second Spider-Man issue. Like, chill.
Spider-Man's already been in the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
He replaced Johnny Storm for a little bit when they thought he died.
Away, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if he like officially died. Because we don't see him die.
Yeah.
He was stuck in some quantum realm shenanigans, you know?
Some shenanigans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other movies you watched?
I started watching Jessica Jones and it was kind of boring. So I just like had it on in the background, not paying attention. Season 3, that is.
They kind of just dumped that on Netflix, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Because the rest of them have been cancelled. So they're like,
yeah.
We have to put it out, but there's no hope. So
exactly. I watched the last episode of Black Mirror Season 3 and it's my favorite one. The one with Miley Cyrus. Yeah. Okay. It's my favorite one out of all 3. It's really good. It's like this young girl like kind of moves to a new place because her mum's passed away and like it's her and her sister and she's obsessed with this pop star and she kind of gets entwined with her life incidentally, like not meaning to. And yeah, it's really cool. It's like, and it's got a really good ending too. Very satisfying.
Okay.
Yeah, I suggest if you're gonna watch any of them, watch that one. I like that one the best. That one. Yeah.
Are they all movie length or are they
an hour? They're all an hour. Yeah, they're not too long. And And what else? I watched Julie and Julia. I rewatched it. So that's that movie about Julia. What's that chef's name? No.
I don't know.
Anyway, it's that movie starring Meryl Streep and Amy Adams. Amy Adams, is that her name?
Yeah, from
Arrival.
Yeah, from Arrival.
Hold on.
And Catch Me If You Can, and the Superman farts that came out.
I'm just gonna try and
Dead Air.
Look up what.
I don't know what this movie is, so I don't have a lot to say.
It's a cooking movie. So it's about Julia Child. So she was a celebrity chef back in the 50s. No, not the 50s. Sorry.
When did this come out?
This came out in 2009. I watched it a while ago, but I don't know. I liked it when I watched it a few years ago. So I rewatched it.
There's a period of time where movies from that period I just haven't seen.
Yeah.
2007 to 2009, or maybe 2006 to 2009. I just haven't seen movies from then because I was a kid, so I only saw the kid movies from those years.
Yeah, got you.
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch it when it came out. I watched it on TV because it came on one day when I was in high school and I liked it. So yeah.
I'm not saying I've never seen a movie from those times. Yeah. It's just because I didn't go to the movies every week back then. I've missed a lot.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, but it's good. It's a good little watch. It's wholesome. It's it's nothing groundbreaking or amazing. It's just a nice and wholesome movie to have on, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. It's like a chef.
No, it's better than no. Chef is good. I actually really like Chef. It's different to Chef. It's really different. So
cooking movies.
Basically, this blogger cooks through a really famous cook's cookbook. She tries to cook every recipe in 1 year. Yeah, there you go.
That doesn't sound too hard. Wait, how big is the book?
It's for nearly 500 recipes.
In a year?
In 365 days.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, she did. So.
Yeah, good on her.
Yeah.
I'm glad she won. Did she win?
She didn't win anything.
Did she win the golden Julia at the end?
No, because at the end, I'm pretty sure Julia Child says, I don't like what she's doing. And she has a bit of a sook about it. But she's like, no, I got to keep doing this because I'm doing it.
The author of the book.
Yeah.
Doesn't like what she's doing.
Yeah.
Oh, why?
I don't know. You just got to watch the movie.
Okay.
But anyway,
I'll Google it.
It's more of a movie where it's self-empowerment. She's like, no, I'm doing this for myself because she's this writer who it's in the aftermath of 9/11 and stuff where she's working in a call center for 9/11 grievers and stuff. But yeah, she's she wants to just be a writer again, but it's obviously. Anyway, if you want something wholesome to watch and you've got nothing else to put it on. Otherwise, you're not really missing anything by not watching it.
Was it on Netflix or Steam or something?
Netflix. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe I'll add it to my list of movies that I never click on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But no, I had it on while I was making dinner and yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Kids, watch Julia and Julia.
No, Julie and Julia.
Watch Julie and Julie.
Okay.
I watched Meet the Robinsons. I hadn't seen it in a while. You were talking about it last week. Yeah. You said you were going to watch it, but I watched it instead.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. So there you go.
It's pretty good. It's not one of the top tier Disney movies.
I feel I remember it it was better than it actually is.
I think it's better than I remember it actually. So it's opposite for me because I don't remember watching it that much. I remember being kind of bored by it.
It was always on when I was at after school care. So
it's one of those movies I didn't remember until I watched them. Oh no, I remember all this stuff happening.
Yeah,
it's weird how that happens.
It's got sad songs in it.
It does. It's got that song by Rob Thomas at the end from Matchbox 20. Mm-hmm. That's a good song.
How does it go again?
Let it go. Let it roll right off your shoulder. Don't you know? That bit of the movie is nice. When it starts montaging through him.
And his family.
Going in with that family and starting to build his enterprise.
Oh my God.
Then a quote from Walt Disney comes up and it says progress doesn't get made by looking back. You have to keep moving forward. Or something like that.
Yeah. That's nice.
Worded much better, but that's the general gist of it.
It's nice.
And that's pretty good. I liked the characters. I got into them. There's very on the nose kind of foreshadowing and stuff like that. But also very under the nose foreshadowing with the Goob character, where they treat the villain ends up being Goob from the future.
Oh yeah, the bowler hat guy.
Yeah, the bowler hat guy. I didn't like that. That felt like an afterthought.
It probably was.
Where they added in Goob as a character early on, so they have a connection to the villain.
Yeah.
But I just hate the character design for the bowler hat guy. Like he's such a literal mustache twirling villain. He's all decrepit and lanky.
He literally wears a bowler hat.
I hate it so much.
Yeah.
Every time it cuts to him, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Are we watching Lazy Town now? I hate this so much.
Oh God. Except Lazy Town actually did it right. That's the difference.
Everything else was really endearing and wholesome. And I actually like the main character's, I forget his name. Do you remember the main character's
Robinson.
name? No, he meets the Robinson.
Yeah.
Robbie Robinson.
I actually forget.
Yeah, I forget as well. But he learns a really important lesson because the whole movie he's like, I just want to go back to see my mom because he's raised in a foster home.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, I just want to see my mom.
My real mom.
All I want to do is time travel back and see my mom and understand why she left me there. And they take him back and he's about to walk up to his mom and he's like,
yeah,
no.
I remember this. Yeah.
And he goes back to his normal life and what's the guy's name? The guy with the black hair.
Goob.
No. The guy from the future, his son. It ends up being his son. Spoilers for Meet the Robinsons.
Yeah. I don't remember any of the characters' names. I haven't seen it anytime recently.
The Flash logo on his shirt.
Yeah.
And the black hair.
I know who you're talking about, yeah.
He's like, wait, why? I don't understand. He's like, I've already got a family.
Aww.
It's kind of like Shazam.
Yeah, it actually is, hey.
Except he actually sees his mom and his mom ends up being terrible. Well, not terrible. She's
just like, I don't really.
Yeah, I didn't want you.
I didn't.
Fuck.
Yeah, like, please piss off.
Yeah. 2 other movies I watched to end this off, unless you had anything else.
No.
I watched the first 2 Twilight movies.
I
hadn't seen the first one since it first came out on DVD.
I really want to
I only
like
half watched it.
Should I rewatch them?
I think so.
Yeah.
We can talk about them.
Yeah, I'm going to rewatch them.
I'm kind of want to watch the rest of them just because I want to know what it's all about, you know? I like watching things after the hype because it doesn't affect your viewing at all.
Yeah, you're not like, watching it with these.
Here's the thing, that I understand the appeal of these movies. I watch them and I'm like, these aren't like the worst thing I've ever seen. Like, especially actually both of them in different ways, but the second one I could tell the director was trying to do like innovative things with the cinematography, like the time lapses. I don't know if you remember from New Moon, where it's like a 360 panning shot of Bella and it's going through all the seasons. Like
I don't remember
outside
this.
the window it changes. It's like November.
Oh, when she's in her house.
Yeah, and she's
yes,
like
I do remember this.
And then by the time it turns around again, like outside's different.
Yeah, I do.
That's kind of neat. And there was a time lapse with her and Jacob fixing motorbikes, and it's like whipping through the
Genuine
garage.
Question: Team Jacob or Team Edward?
Look, I said Team Edward just because I like Robert Pattinson.
But story-wise,
I don't have enough knowledge. Actually, no, I've seen the first one now.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't like either of them very much as characters. They both have flaws.
Obviously. Come on, man. You got to choose one of the flaws.
Pats. I don't like Jacob's whole nice guy attitude. Where he's like, come on, it's me. He's the Shawn Mendes of the movie.
Yeah. What's Shawn Mendes' song?
I know I can treat
you better than everyone loves. Yeah. Oh my God. That's so true. Actually, that's pretty. Yeah. No one likes that. Come on. Don't be like that.
I actually kind of like the first Twilight for what it is, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't hate it. I like that it doesn't have a plot until the last 10 minutes. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Where the whole thing is like the romance between Bella and Edward. And then at the end, they suddenly cram a plot in there. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
At the end, they're suddenly in grave danger and like she's about to get killed and shit. So it's like, whoa, okay.
It's a very like novel of them.
Yeah, it is.
And New Moon was really boring.
Yeah.
They're both kind of boring, but New Moon is more boring.
The books also read like fan fiction too, which is interesting. Like, yeah.
The movies played like books.
Yeah.
Especially the second one. There's all this narration from Bella.
Yeah.
And Edward fucks off at the start of that, and it's just the Jacob show.
He's like, I can't be with you.
I laughed every time his ghost, well, not his ghost, but like visions of him popped up. It reminded me of Captain Stacy from Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, where he's just like all of a sudden just like there. Yeah. Mom said it's my turn to play on the Xbox.
Exactly. So Twilight.
Anyway,
they're fine.
Was there anything else you watched?
I think that was it. There's some comics I read, but I'll talk about that in the fan mail section because that section is pretty sad most of the time.
Comic section now?
Oh, do we have are you going to make a comic section song? Sammie's taking an L. She's thinking about it.
I don't know what you mean by that. I thought there was one.
For a comic. Like that comic section.
Yeah.
The ones where we read.
Because I was saying I was going to add comics I was going to talk about. So like, they're a comic section.
I'm doing the thing that Josh does, not put context in my sentences. I hate that.
But no, you mean the Spidey recap of the week section. Spidey recap of the week. It's the comics that we read. Week to week, 2 of them. I did one, Sammie did the other one. Here it is. Hello, this is the Spider-Man recap section now.
Yay.
You guys didn't hear it, but we talked for like 5 minutes about other stuff while you guys listened to the recap song. Then we realized, oh wait.
We don't just do this podcast for you guys. No.
This is just an excuse for us to hang out and talk about this stupid shit.
Yeah.
I had the first comic this week. It was issue 71.
Nice. Good on you. Sorry.
I've never been so taken back. This one's called The Speedster and the Spider. This one stars Quicksilver, who you may be aware of from such hit films as X-Men Days of Future Past, X-Men Apocalypse, X-Men The Dark Phoenix Rises.
No, I'm kidding. Those are fun.
Avengers Age of Ultron, but that was a different one.
Yeah.
It's that guy, but he's punching Spider-Man.
It's that guy.
You want to know why? We'll find out now. So Spider-Man at the start, this is real sad because he almost killed J. Jonah Jameson at the end of last week.
Yeah, his heart literally stopped, according to Ned, but he's fine apparently.
He's real down on himself. He's like, maybe I am a menace. Everything I try to do ends in disaster. I'm just a bit of an idiot, aren't I?
He's the bad guy.
Oh, come on, not quite.
Duh.
But he's sitting on his bed with his shirt off and he's looking at the tablet because remember he still has the tablet.
Yeah.
Because he tried to return it to the police. But they're like, oi, he's trying to save the Kingpin because Kingpin convinced the cops that Spider-Man is working they're working together. That's what I'm trying to say.
Bruh.
Anyways, Peter's like, if someone finds this tablet, I'm bloody screwed, aren't I? And he chucks his shirt at the wall because he's angry. And he hears Harry Osborn come home. And Peter's like, oh, shoot. I better get my shirt from the other side of the room before he turns on the light and sees it.
I better get my shirt from the other side of the room.
And Harry turns on the light. He's like, oh, I swear I heard Peter here. And Peter's like, all right, I better walk out so Harry doesn't get suspicious. And he puts on a robe, but he still has his Spidey feet on. So he's like, okay, I'm good unless Harry looks down. He literally says that. He says,
fuck?
So far so good, as long as he doesn't look at my feet.
That's actually kind of valid. Like, who looks at people's feet?
Yeah, and Harry's like, everything's all good. But Peter's still thinking about stuff. He's like, I've got to stop feeling sorry for myself. I have to work things out somehow. For the sake of Aunt May.
Of course, always.
And he goes back and sooks in bed. And he's like, wait, I just remembered. Because he wants to sell the photos. He's like, this will make my day if I get some money from these crispy photos. The best photos I've ever taken of the Kingpin. And, but he can't because J. Jonah Jameson's in the hospital. So he's like, fuck. Who am I going to sell these to now? And Stanley says, since we can't answer that question at the moment, let's go outside to find the Quicksilver.
Of course.
And he's dashing past through New York.
This is the comic equivalent of a movie hard cut.
And he's like, I reached at last at the city, not to find the Avengers.
Okay, what is this accent?
What is
this accent actually supposed to be? I'm like genuinely...
No, I'm just doing a voice.
Okay.
He says, I must explain everything that has occurred up to this point and hope they will understand. So basically, we get a flashback to an Avengers comic. Avengers 53, it says, where it says, beginning from the moment Magneto's island fortress was destroyed, Wanda and I managed to escape together with the misshapen Toad. So,
a toe?
No, Toad.
Oh,
Toad?
okay. I was like, yeah.
You know what happens when Toad gets struck by lightning?
He turns into a mushroom.
Same thing as everything else. That's the line from the first X-Men movie. Do you remember that?
No, absolutely not.
Such a zinger. She says,
weird.
The same thing that happens to everything else. As if that's meant to be a punchline to anything.
Yeah, like obviously just
She could have said nothing on a big call. It's like, you know what happens when a toad gets struck by lightning? Then he gets struck by lightning.
Yeah.
But then she says the same thing that happens to everything else. That's Halle Berry, go away.
That's great dialogue.
Where am I? Quicksilver and Wanda, they got off this island in some great Avengers comic that we have not read. But Stanley reassures us. He's like, look, if you're not up to date on our other Marvel mags, these characters are new to you, but don't worry, you'll still be able to follow the story with ease.
Thanks, Stan.
He's talking to us from the grave.
Aw, that's nice of him.
Yeah, Pietro is Quicksilver. Pietro is like, don't be concerned, my sister. At least we are safe.
What the fuck?
Safe, Pietro. Safe to do what? To go where? Are we not still outcasts? Then we see Toad go,
What can I see? Literally.
He's like, if only we could prove we're not evil. Everything was the fault of Magneto. And Quicksilver was like, he's right. The Avengers would believe. They would understand. So Wanda's like, but Pietro, think of the danger. And Pietro is like, we shall not live and be hunted like beasts. Remain here, my sister. Remain until I return. So he just leaves these two stranded on an island and runs off to New York City to find the Avengers.
Literally runs to New York City.
Yeah, because he's real quick. And I don't know Avengers comic history very well, but is this the first time? I assume it's the first time that Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch probably joined the Avengers.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because, it seems like he hasn't met them before.
Yeah.
So he goes to Avengers HQ and he sets off the intruder alarm. And I think this is Jarvis. He's like, well, what the fuck? Someone's on the roof. It might be Jarvis. He doesn't say his name, but I'm pretty sure it is.
It would be. Right?
Do you reckon that's Jarvis? Have a look at him.
It's Jarvis? Yeah, that's Jarvis. He just looks butler as fuck.
He's like, Quicksilver, you! And Quicksilver is all like, not even the electric repeller screen could stop me. My speed was greater than that deadly current. And he's like, oh, anyways, he's pretty much just like, I want to see the Avengers. I didn't need to say all that stupid shit he said. And Jarvis or whoever this is like, they're in Africa right now, so you can't.
I'm going to run there.
And then Quicksilver's like, oh, fuck. So I came here for no reason then. So it cuts to like, imagine in a movie, it cuts to a character walking down the street sad and like jazz music's playing. He's walking past all the signs like.
Like a noir film.
Yeah, that's him right now. He's like walking down the street.
Oh yeah, that's so noir film, dude.
And people are like, hey, watch it, asshole.
Hey, watch it, asshole.
Like, hey, watch it there, Mac. He says something like that.
Yeah.
But it's a newspaper guy throwing the newspapers onto the curb. And Quicksilver's like, someone's attacking me. But then he sees the newspaper and it says, Spider-Man wanted. And Quicksilver's like, Spider-Man, the fugitive from the war? In truth, he is indeed a criminal. Who would have the power to apprehend him who but Quicksilver? So Quicksilver's like, while I'm here, I might as well take out the Spider-Man guy because I'm pretty buff, aren't I?
Yes.
Pretty quick.
I'm the tough guy, like a really rough guy. Chest always so puff guy, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Jameson, he's in the hospital. Robbie's all like, oh, no, it's worse than we thought, isn't it, Doc? Or the doc says it's worse than they think. And Jameson's still in a coma. His son visits him. All this stuff is a bit kind of whack. Then we see Robbie at home. He's all sad. And Stanley has more stuff to say here.
Okay, what more can he possibly say?
His wife comes in. She's all like, oh, yeah, why aren't you sleeping? Didn't you want to get up early? And then Robbie's like, he's pretty much talking about how he wants his son to, what are you doing? you making a noose?
Actually, yeah.
This isn't what Robbie's saying.
Look, I did one on my hoodie string. Do you see that?
Okay, what are you practicing for? Okay. This comic's boring Sammie so much, she's making a noose.
Yeah.
That's like
I'm kidding. I'm actually paying attention.
It's like a Zucker Brothers gag where
it really is.
Cut to someone like telling a really long story, then it would cut to someone
like
tying a noose.
Tying a noose, yeah.
I think that actually happens in an airplane. Anyways.
No, I just fiddle when I listen because I just,
Go play the fiddle. You had your chance. Anyways, Robbie's wife, Martha.
Oh my God.
Stop. Okay, Martha's all like, don't worry about our son. And Robbie's like, it's the future, his world he's growing up in. He's troubled, rebellious, full of angry impatience of youth. He wants to take the world in his hands and shape it into something better. And that's what's important, Martha. That's what really counts. And we see his son, Randy, is around the corner, like eavesdropping. And he's like, oh, my dad actually gives a fuck about me.
Nice. When you
There's no speech bubbles or thought bubbles for him, though, which is surprising. He's just kind of listening, but we know what he's thinking. Robbie goes to the Daily Bugle, and Robbie's like, scratch my appointments for today, Betty. JJ's out, so it's a whole new ball game. And then Betty's like, but Peter Parker's been waiting to see you, Mr. Robertson. It'll start with new picks. And Peter's like, tell me, how's Mr. Jameson, Robbie? And Robbie's like, it's nothing serious. He's on the mend, but how about those pictures? And Peter gives him the pictures, and he's like, Peter,
this is when we see the pictures.
These are dynamite. And yeah, it's the first time we see the pictures in any of these comics, as far as we remember. Someone correct us if we're wrong.
But even if we did, this is the first proper look. Like you can actually like see.
Yeah, it's him fighting the Kingpin, where he shot his laser cane at him and shit like that. Pretty cool. Pretty cool shots. It's a wonder how anyone thinks that someone could get that close.
Wonder. It's a wonder. It's a wonder how. Get it? Wonder?
Wonder Vision.
Bye, everyone.
Anyways, Peter's gets the biggest paycheck of his goddamn life right now because these pictures are dynamite. And Robbie's in charge for the moment.
Dynamite.
Robbie's in charge, so he's like, Peter, I'll pay you what you're actually worth.
Aww.
Because J. Jonah Jameson always scoffs him. And look how happy Peter is. It's obviously the most money he's ever seen in his goddamn life.
Oh my God, look at him. He's all gymmed up. He looks pretty happy.
And he's like, he pretty much dances his way out of the office, and Betty and Ned's like, oh geez, he's one happy looking guy.
Look at his pose. Did you see that? It looks like he's going like waving his check in the air. I wish that would actually happen in a Spider-Man movie. Check, please.
Yeah, Spider-Man's like, okay, I'm happy now. I've got money, but I've got to get rid of that nutty tablet.
Nutty? That nutty tablet. It's got nut all over it. It's pretty nutty.
Oh, what? Okay. This is the R-rated podcast. But that threw me off so bad. Spider-Man's like, I know where to take this. The only person I kind of trust that's involved with the police. So he goes to Captain Stacy and he's like, Captain, here's the tablet. See ya. And pretty much just buggers off. And Captain's like, wait, come back. I want to talk to you. And Spider-Man's like, other time, mister. I've got some things to do. And, so Spider-Man's swinging is like, sweet, everything's so good. I've got so much spending money, and man, am I gonna spend it.
Geez, save your money, Pete. Don't spend it all.
He wants to spend it all.
Jesus Christ. This guy, like,
he's me.
He's like, oh, no, I'm so poor. Gets a big page. It's spending time.
That's relatable, to be honest.
That actually is, yeah.
Then suddenly, wait, why is my spider sense tingling? That only happens when something is dangerous.
Yeah, he's going to spend all his money. What's so dangerous?
Oh, no. No, that's not what happens. The Quicksilver runs past.
Oh, yeah. He steals his check.
That'd be so sad. He's like, try and catch me.
Go and catch me. I got your check. Ha ha ha.
But I'm basically Quicksilver's like, Spider-Man, you're a crook. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And they get into a tussle. Spider-Man gets the upper hand. Quicksilver gets the upper hand. You know how these fight scenes go.
Never.
They're fighting outside like a theater or something. And Quicksilver's doing like little spinny tricks to throw Spider-Man off balance.
Oh yeah, he does his ballerina thing.
Yeah, he does. Do you know Tasmanian Devil from the Looney Tunes?
Something like that.
Yeah, he's doing that. Spider-Man keeps tripping over. And Quicksilver's got him real good. He keeps socking him in the face. Spider-Man's like, "This is a misunderstanding. What's going on here?" But Spider-Man's like, "Oh no." Wait, no, that's not what he says.
He says, "Oh no."
Oh no. But Spider-Man is, he's getting beat up real bad. Then we cut to John Jameson, and he's with Ned Leeds, and Ned Leeds is bringing the latest newspaper to show to J. Jonah Jameson because he's just woken up from his coma or whatever the fuck happened, and he's so angry because, you know how he reported that Spider-Man's a criminal?
Yeah.
In the last issue or something. They've redacted that. And now it's like Spider-Man has actually defeated the Kingpin because they've got those new photos now.
Oh my God. Yeah, that happens in my issue too.
And Jameson's like, what the fuck?
Is he in hospital still?
Yeah, and he's getting so cranky. He's like, I don't care if it proves he's innocent. He's a crook. He's a menace. Says all his usual spiel.
Literally the exact
same thing. He literally says, Spider-Man's guilty. He's guilty, 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 guilty. Oh my God. He says it 6 times.
He has no chill. He has absolutely zero chill.
This is in a hospital bed too. He's going scum mode.
Imagine being in a hospital and just hearing someone go, fuck, he's guilty, he's guilty.
I want to see like a hard cut to him in a straitjacket.
Yeah, literally.
Then we cut back to Quicksilver and Spider-Man fighting after that, that fun little bit we just saw.
Ooh.
And Quicksilver, you right?
It feels like something just crawled in my ear. Ew. It feels really weird.
Okay. Quicksilver's running circles around Spider-Man. Spider-Man's getting a headache. He's like, oh shit, I'm going to run out of oxygen. This is real bad. And how does Spider-Man defeat Quicksilver? He just puts his arm out.
He fucking coat hangers him.
Pretty much.
Oh my God.
Spider-Man's like, if it weren't for my Spidey strength, my arm would have snapped in half.
I was about to say, that really should have broken his arm.
Yeah. But he swings away with Quicksilver just as the cops arrive. He's like, when Quicksilver wakes up, I'm going to try and explain things to him. Quicksilver wakes up. This is the last page, by the way, so everything has to wrap up real quick.
Whoa, okay, that happened really fast.
Quicksilver's like, you might have slain me, but did not. I will no longer... You're right.
Slapping my tattoo because it's itchy.
I will no longer pit my prowess against yours, Spider-Man. Spider-Man's like, groovy. That saves me the trouble of trying to convince you that I'm not Alita the Han, whatever that means.
What? Alita the Battle Angel?
Alita the Battle Angel. Yeah. And Spider-Man swings away. And Quicksilver's like, I'll find another way to win my redemption, but not at the expense of you, pal.
Nice.
Spider-Man's like, if only some of that would rub off on J. Jonah Jameson. But so yeah, Spider-Man's like, oh, look, my luck is changing, but this is just the lull before the storm, isn't it? We'll find out for sure next when we're suddenly gonna meet the most shocking foe of all. As if we haven't met him before.
We definitely have, because his name is...
The Shocker. He's the Shocker.
You'll never catch me.
You can't escape me.
That's what he says, yeah. There you go. I always get it wrong.
I'll chase you to the edge of the earth. I just said that all subconsciously. I'm sorry. I was reading something on my phone, and I didn't realize I said all that.
Nice.
The recap I meant, not the thing I just said.
Spidey recap.
You right, Sammie?
Yes.
You need water?
I'm fine.
You got your kombucha? I know you drank it all.
I drank it all. Yes, I'm one of those people. I drink kombucha, okay? Don't at me, please. It's really tasty. Has low sugar. It's organic.
Because it has lotion.
It's got lotion in it.
Buffalo Bill.
Okay, The Amazing Spider-Man, issue 72.
Did I ask? I did, actually.
Rocked by the Shocker. And it's a cold open. The Shocker
I'm shivering. In my boots.
All right, bye. This is a cold opening with the Shocker zapping Captain Stacy in the face.
Zapping? Oh, in the face, okay.
Shocking him in the face.
Oh, okay. This changes everything.
With his gauntlets.
I take my onomatopoeia very seriously. If you wonder what that noise was, Sammie literally chewed on the pop filter with her teeth.
Okay, I'm finding my chill, ladies and gentlemen. Just let me find it. Okay, so he throws him down, basically. The Shocker throws Captain Stacy down, and he is after one thing. And guess what that thing is?
Captain Stacy.
That's
No,
fucked
you're talking
up.
about Captain Stacy or the Shocker?
The Shocker.
Oh, okay. That changes
No, Captain
things.
Stacy's on the ground. He's unconscious, dude, because he got shocked.
Well, Shocker wants Spider-Man, probably.
Yeah, but how is he going to get to him?
He's asking Captain Stacy.
No, he's getting the tablet.
Why?
I don't know.
What's with this tablet, this stupid MacGuffin? Get out of here.
Everybody wants a stupid tablet. Anyway, so he grabs the tablet and we see Gwen running down the hall going, Daddy, no, what was that noise? It sounded like part of the building caving in. She walks in, see the Shocker all in the corner, like Gollum, like decrepit, like crouched over this tablet, like, it's my tablet. And her dad's on the floor. She's like, oh, no. And Shocker's like, I'm out of here, gorgeous, whatever he says. So he runs out and Gwen's like, oh, Daddy, you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. He just gave me a bit of a shock, that's all.
Oh, hey, zingers.
So she calls the police and she's like, the Shocker is at large once again. Hopefully the Spider-Man gets to him. And we must admit that Groovy Gwendy has posed a most interesting question, but before trying to answer it, let's visit a seedy little pawn shop on a seedy little side street. She's in the pawn shop, and the Shocker literally breaks the fucking wall down for no good reason. Like, he could have come in into the fucking door, but, you know, he's
Wait,
an
no, what's the
asshole.
Kool-Aid thing? Oh, yeah.
We don't have Kool-Aid in Australia, Mike.
No, but we have Cool Whip. I'm trying.
So I'm pretty sure he just tries to pawn off the tablet. Like, that's what he's doing.
Wait, why?
Yeah.
Wait, why did he steal the tablet? To get to Spider-Man, but how?
Oh, I want you to contact the big boys and tell them that I've stolen tablet. So he basically wants to bait, like, the mobs and, like, Kingpin and shit. And he's like, you can't, it's too late. Because he wants Spider-Man to come get it off him, basically. Because like, it's too hot. No one will want it. And no one wants to tangle with a wall crawler. So he like zoinks the guy with his shocky stuff. And he breaks more walls and he fucks off. And everyone's like, oh my God.
In the pawn shop?
Yeah.
Sad.
He escapes.
That's someone's livelihood, dude.
I know.
Pawn shops aren't chains. They're owned by like some old decrepit man.
I know. They're like,
who's built up this whole enterprise.
Yeah, and the collection of things that people have like trusted him to pawn, and they've like been stupid enough to like not pay the interest back because.
Yeah, there's a good pawn shop in my hometown when I was a kid, and the guy ended up dying, which was real sad.
Oh.
Yeah.
What happened to all the stuff in the pawn shop?
Some other guys bought it for a bit, and now it's been not shut down. Something happened, and it wasn't there when I went back, and I was like, oh.
Like the weird things about pawn shops to me is like when you buy things from a pawn shop, you're taking something or paying for something that was somebody's that they possibly didn't want to give up, but they needed money in the time. And that's why I don't like getting things from pawn shop. I feel like they've got negative energy attached to them. Like it's really sad. Like, yeah, but especially jewelry and stuff like that. Because like imagine like somebody's like, I really need to pay rent, but I have no other way to afford it but to like pawn my like precious item. Like, you know what I mean? And they obviously like don't get it back because they didn't pay back like the amount they got plus whatever fucking amount of interest was attached onto it. It's like really sad to me.
I never bought things like that. It's usually, I always bought comics from there.
Oh,
so
like
it would be shit. People like, I don't want these anymore. Like they'd grab
like selling, like, pawn shops also like just buy things off people, but like higher like ticket items like phones and like jewelry and stuff like that.
No, this was more like an antiques like store.
Yeah, got you. Yeah.
Yeah, it had heaps of like old figurines and like comic books. There's a whole room of comics at one point, but then me and my friends bought most of them.
Yeah. Sorry, I keep blankly staring. I'm pretty sure my eyes aren't working. Anyway.
You're like Forky, dude.
Yeah, my eyes just like...
What?
Like my eyeball just like rolls to the back of my head. Like, anyway.
That's happened to you before, actually.
So, trying so hard to get through this comic. I could barely read it earlier today. So... Pete's on the bus a few minutes later after the pawn shop shenanigans, and he overhears on the radio that the public's being cautioned that the Shocker's at large again. Pete's like, oh God, I thought he was in jail, but he's loose again. I better do some Spidey stuff. So he runs out of the bus, and the bus driver's like, hey, you just got on a couple of blocks ago. He's like...
Imagine a bus driver doing that.
Yeah.
It's like wait, you only rode 2 stops. Get back here.
Yeah, literally, like...
Bus drivers don't do that
Yeah,
shit.
like, why do you care? Like, just let people go on public transport the way they want. Anyway... It's Spidey.
I want to ride 1 stop on a bus and just get off. I want to see how
the bus driver reacts. Yeah.
Do you even have to pay money at that point? Probably like 20 cents or some shit. I don't know. I don't know how bus fares work.
It would probably piss the bus driver off because he has to stop unnecessarily because all you wanted to do was ride 1 stop. It's
maybe oh shit. Maybe my house was like 10 meters away or 20 meters away.
Couldn't walk. You could be disabled, like have a
Yeah, I'll just bring a stick with me.
Yeah.
To whack the bus driver. Love.
Okay.
Yeah. Sammie's falling out of her chair.
Gonna crash. What's happening?
Existential crisis?
Halfway through the podcast. Okay, gotta get serious.
Why am I alive?
I'm basically Forky. Like, I relate to Forky so much.
I'm already Forky.
I'm already Forky. Trash. I want to be in the trash. So Spider-Man is looking for trouble and in the name of Shocker. So that's a thing. And he finds him because Spidey senses and he buttocks him in the head. He thinks he's got him, but Shocker's like, haha, got you. I was pretending to be down. And he just zaps him. They have a big old tussle. He like gets him in the stomach and he's like, oof, ow, my bones. But then the Shocker grabs him and throws him off the edge of the building, and all the onlookers at the bottom of the street, they're like, Spider-Man's gonna die. He's like, I have webs, you idiot. So he does that. And as he's dangling off the side of the building with his web, Shocker's like, let's do this another time. And he runs away.
Okay.
So Spider-Man throws a tracer on him. He's like, yeah. So Spider-Man's like, hey, I should probably go see Aunt May off at the train station because she's going on holiday before I miss her. So he just makes it in time. So Aunt May is very teary-eyed for no good reason. She's like, are you sure you can afford this ticket, Pete? And he's like, yeah, of course. I want you to have fun. So Aunt May and Anna Watkins are on the train leaving, and he waves them goodbye. And then he picks up a newspaper, and the headline is, Spider-Man tackles Shocker, risks life and valiant effort to capture... And then it's just gibberish after that. But yeah, so he sees that, finally the Daily Bugle is reporting good stuff about Spider-Man. He's like, oh, thank God. But then he sees that it's not J. Jonah Jameson. So it's like, all right. Robbie Robertson is running the paper. So there you go. So he opens it up. Sees another story about, guess what? Dr. Connors. And he's like working on this secret experiment in Florida. And it's in the newspaper. And he just reminisces about the lizard and how he can't control his lizard powers and stuff. He's like a bit worried about him. He's like, I should probably go pay him a visit just to see if he's okay. But he's like, now I don't have to worry about that. I have to worry about the Shocker. So that's enough of Pete for now. We're on to jolly J. Jonah Jameson having more of a fit in the fucking hospital. And it's so funny because he's in like a tunic and you can just see his bare ass legs while he's having a fit. It's actually so funny. Like his outfit just makes it so funny. And he's literally like, what's this? My own newspaper calling Spider-Man a hero? You've got to be kidding me. And he has like that much of a fit that he calls up Robbie Robertson, yells at him through the phone, and all the doctors and nurses are like, oh my God, what the fuck? So they tranquilize him. They literally tranquilize him. They get a needle and put in a sedative, and he like falls asleep. And he's like, why did I become a publisher? I'm too sensitive, too gentle for all this. Nobody understands me. Nobody cares. And then falls asleep.
All right, I'm sorry, but they could have so much fun with a J. Jonah Jameson in a modern day live action movie.
Oh my God.
Like it doesn't have to be newspapers, obviously.
No, it could be like an article thing, like online
website.
Yeah.
It could be the equivalent of like, what's like a really reputable...
BuzzFeed. No, not reputable at all. What is
it's like one of those really reputable sites with the clickbaity titles, though.
Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, they're very biased.
Yeah. Wall Street Journal is good. Embarrassing.
I just thought it'd be funny if Eric Andre was J. Jonah Jameson.
Yes, boy, that'd be so good.
And bring that chaotic energy.
Hannibal Buress. That means Hannibal Buress and Eric Andre would be in the MCU.
Just have one scene with them together.
Yes. But he's a gym teacher.
Well, you could come to the Daily Bugle and be like, hey, I got a scoop on Spider-Man.
Yeah. Or Eric Andre could go to the school and report. No, that's silly. Okay, no, don't worry. Okay, I'm sorry, everyone. And now that we shared a brief cultural moment together, let's return to our harassed hero who suddenly spies Gwen, wait up. She's walking down the street and Peter's like, what's up, lady? And she's like, I don't want to hear it. Okay, hold on, sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Yeah, but she's like, I don't want to hear it. I'm in a bad mood today because my dad got attacked by the shocker. And Pete's like, but hey, it's all right. I'm here. What about Spider-Man? He can save your dad. And he's like, you know what? I don't know. I've never seen anyone as menacing as a shocker. Spider-Man's different. For all his power, his mystery, he's somehow fascinating. And Pete's like, hoo, should I be jealous? And then they walk into a cafe and guess who's there?
Mary Jane.
Flash Thompson. They're like, oh my God, and they embrace with Gwen and Flash.
Wait, who does? Okay.
And they're really happy to see each other. And Flash starts hitting on Gwen, like really forwardly.
Oh,
and Pete's like so mad. He's like, hey, last time I saw you, I thought the army had changed you. I could have sworn you were almost turning human. But if you think those new stripes give you the right to hit on my girl. And he's like, bug off, sonny boy. When I need a civilian, I'll ask for one. They get in a bit of an argument. Like, they look like they're about to punch on. And Gwen's like, Peter, stop. What's gotten into you? Flash was only kidding, the way he always used to. It's like...
all that bullying and traumatizing you in high school, that was all just him kidding around.
Yeah, he's just kidding around, man.
It's just a regular joke stuff.
She wasn't even there to see all that. It's probably why she's saying stupid shit like that.
Hey, Gwen, come on.
Yeah. Anyway, so she's not very impressed with him, so she tells him to go. So, all right. So he walks out of the cafe and it's raining and he's like brooding. He's like, I can never escape it. The old identity conflict is back to haunt me again. He just says the same shit he always says. Anyway, the soap opera time's over now. Here's what you've been waiting for, everyone.
Shocker.
Some action.
Shocker.
Yeah. It's a cash truck. Those like trucks that transport cash.
Yeah.
So, Shocker is robbing it.
Cool.
Sorry, that's a terrible explanation. So he shocks it and he busts it open and he steals the cash bag. And Spider-Man's like swings in. He's like, hate to spoil a good thing for you, fella, but this kind of entrance appeals to my sense of drama. They have a big old tussle. And he's sorry.
Sorry, I just had a random thought. You reckon someone listens to this podcast ironically? Like they think it's so bad that they have to listen each week to hear how bad we are. I think that'd be really funny. Like someone from uni or something.
I don't like the thought of that. Like someone from uni has this like complex that they think they're better than us and they listen to this.
Yeah, I absolutely think someone out there is like that.
Who though?
Not anyone in particular. Just a lot of people at film school have that kind of like we're the top dogs. We always make the prime content, even though we barely make anything.
Yeah, exactly. Or whatever I'm doing right now in my life is better than what Mike and Sammie are doing. And they listen to this podcast to make themselves feel better about that.
Like we're talking about before, like the older people.
Yeah. It's like a self-reminder for them. They're like, I'm the best. I'm the best, dude. What I'm doing with my life, I'm actually doing something. Yeah, I listen to this podcast every week because it reminds me of how much better I'm doing. Where I'm like, okay, you might be right, but that's a bit weird, dude. Exactly. Like, just go on with your life.
I can see people doing that.
I can see people doing that.
I remember when I was in like high school, I'd watch videos and be like, this video sucks. I could do better than this. And I'm like, wait, I don't make videos though. So it's like,
yeah, it's like, so why am I judging? Like, that's so stupid.
Then I try to make videos and they suck. So it's like, it's a lot harder than it looks like. Folks.
Yeah, exactly. At least we're trying. Come on, dude. We're actually doing something. Like, fucking hell.
Yeah, we've done this for like, 30 weeks now?
We're committed. We haven't missed a single week.
We missed one, but we did
we haven't missed a single week of content.
Yeah, that's true.
So fucking...
Look how juicy our YouTube channel is, guys.
Yeah.
You can scroll for like 2 seconds. You won't run
At least 2 seconds.
If you have it on full browser, maybe if you're on your phone, you can keep scrolling for a little bit. But there's like, what, how many videos now? Probably like 50?
Yeah.
Good shit, dog.
Sorry, I just yawned. So Spider-Man and the Shocker are fighting.
Thomas is the film school kid that listens to us ironically. He just eggs us on. He's like, keep making content so I can...
That's why we think he's our friend, but he's actually like, he's like,
the tweets he sends passive aggressively. That's just him making fun of
like
us.
Those cool kids in high school that like used to like be friends with like the mentally challenged kids, like egg them on to do stupid shit for their entertainment. Oh my god,
that happened a lot at my school.
Yeah,
and
same.
So bad.
Yeah, me too.
They'd be like generally friends with the people they're like egging on. I'm like,
yeah, they would think that they were actually like part of the group, but they were just like, it's horrible. Like there was this one kid in my high school. Like I was never mean to anyone. Like I always like
ever.
No. I was mean to the people who were like fucking rude. Like I just always gave it back to them. But and I guess it got me in trouble, like in social circles, I guess, because I was friends with a lot of those people. Yeah. But no, like I just always felt bad. There was like one kid who was into parkour and they used to like egg him on to do stuff. And I'm pretty sure he broke his arm like one time. Sad. Or something like that. He fell or something. It was just sad, yeah.
I was way too nice to like everyone. So I was just kind of like, I just floated around.
Yeah, I get that.
Like no one had like a strong opinion about me because I was never problematic. So I just kind of like existed. And then...
Yeah. I was only problematic in my friend circle.
Okay.
And then like when I graduated, I'm pretty sure like I just severed the connection. Like I don't think I ever meant to. I just think like I wasn't quite right for them. So
yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
High school tangents.
I was rude to my friends. Anyway, so yeah, the Shocker and the Spider-Man are fighting.
T.
And
Whoops. Oh God, Mickey Mouse.
And they're just punching on, and the way that Spider-Man defeats him is he just webs him in the face, and he can't see. So there you go. Ow. And by consequence, he webs him to a wall, and he can't move, and he puts like handcuffs on him. Ooh, and he gives the cash bag back to the dudes who are in the truck. He's like, "Wow, Spider-Man's actually good. He wasn't helping him rob." And that's the end of the comic, pretty much.
Who's Rob? He wasn't helping him rob. Oh, Robbie. Don't worry.
Yeah. Robbie Rotten. Anyway, yeah, he sits on the top of a building. He's like brooding. He's like, I finally nailed the Shocker. Big deal. Like, my life's pretty shit. So there you go.
Is that it?
Yeah. It was basically like one
of the... I read my one.
Yeah, exactly. It was basically one of the like old issues where like nothing really happens. Like,
yeah, Stanley's having an off month.
Yeah. There you go. That was pretty meh.
There you go, kids. I forgot about these guys.
Why?
Make it quick. How's it going?
What are you guys doing here? Come on, just like any updates? What's going on?
Yeah, French Mike and Robot Sammie are here, folks. For
those who don't know, we're very tired, guys. Come on, explain.
Yeah, we sent them off last week because we revived Tom Holland from Dimension C, and he ran off. And they want... Wait, can you explain it, French Mike? We need to make sacrifice to the gatekeeper.
The gatekeeper who lives in the tunnels underground.
Yeah, wait, I forgot what your motivation is exactly for why you want to do this. There's something in the Earth's core that you guys wanted.
Yes, that's correct. We sourced French Sammie and the robot Mike. They are in the Earth's core. They are below us. Is that correct, the robot Sammie?
From my calculations, this is correct. Okay. I never am wrong because I am a robot. I'm better than human.
Yeah, it sounds like something you guys said. So did you find Tom?
No.
Robot Sammie has a bit of a god complex, guys.
I did not find Tom. Did you find Tom? Robot Sammie.
I did not find Tom.
Wait, did you guys split up?
Yes.
Why didn't you work together?
Because I hate him. He is so fucking annoying. Okay. He is so annoying. French annoying.
I just want to have a baguette.
Well, he is kind of annoying, I agree. But I don't think it has anything to do with his, like,
Guys, you have to,
cultural
You have to make
thing.
up right now so you can find Tom Holland
how do you expect to find or accomplish a goal if you won't team up and just like you do it together. Have you watched any movie ever?
Yeah. Did you watch Toy Story 4?
Yeah. Did you
That was
watch
probably a moral in
21
it
Jump
somewhere.
Street?
No.
I only watched 22 Jump Street.
In my universe, we only have 21 Jump Street spin-offs. We don't have the originals.
Whoa, what the fuck? That's weird. You only
So
have the
what
spin-offs?
What movies what does that mean? What movies do you have?
21 Jump Street Android version.
Android version. So it's just really bad quality. What do you mean, like an
Whoa.
actual Android?
No, they are androids, idiot.
Oh, they're
I
like,
hate humans. They are
it's
so
like robot
stupid.
Jonah Hill and shit.
Yeah, well, I
get
I guess that's what she means. She really doesn't like us, does she?
All right,
No, I
guys.
hate you.
French Mike, Robert, Sammie, shake hands right now, and go and find Tom Holland, please.
Fine, I will shake his hand.
Yeah, I'll shake my baguette.
I need to oil my joints.
Yeah, I've got some olive oil. My baguette.
Wow, that's nice of you, French Mike. Look, she looks all shiny now.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go find Tom Holland. Did you guys have any tips for us where he could be?
Well, I remember he wanted to go on the Spider-Man Far From Home press tour, but we advised against it because he's
Yeah.
the wrong Tom Holland.
He is.
He's not our Tom Holland. So maybe like go on Instagram, find out where the Tom Holland.
Yeah, because
I think they were in London
that's
recently.
one thing that we do know about Tom Holland. He's very clumsy with Instagram.
Yeah,
He just
so,
posts things and like he doesn't really know how to use it. So
yeah, check
Instagram.
his Instagram and
Yeah.
find where he might be.
he might even just have his live location up. You don't know. Like he's that bad
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes.
We'll figure out what Instagram is and we'll hopefully get back to you.
Instagram, you still use that, peasants?
Yeah, we do. What of it?
Wow, we have Facebook.
I don't use Facebook anymore, so maybe you're
Facebook.
behind, mate.
No, Facebook is the best in my universe.
Nah, it's just for moms to share minion memes.
We also have this new one called MySpace.
Okay, so you guys go backwards. Is that
Yeah.
the whole idea?
What? We're going forwards, idiot.
What browser do you use?
She's just glitched. Oh my god, she's working really slowly. Like,
Okay, I see what's
Internet
happening.
Explorer.
oh, that's why.
wow.
There you go. That's why it took us so long to answer.
Well, okay. Well, you better download Instagram now so you guys can actually, use it by the time next week's episode happens because she's using Internet Explorer. It might take a while.
Yeah, it actually it
Unless
might
French
take a,
Mark, you have a phone from your universe.
No, the only thing I brought was my baguette.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Jesus
You
Christ.
guys, come on. Please leave.
Yeah, okay. Just we have some Wi-Fi. You can use that, but just it'll take a while because you're running Internet Explorer.
Yeah, just leave this room at least.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Well, okay, there you go.
Good for them.
Good for them, yeah.
I hope they find him by next week.
I hope they
otherwise-
become friends. That'd be nice.
Yeah, sure.
Imagine if they became friends and then they didn't want to leave the dimension. Like,
What if they kill each other?
oh my god. What's the point of finding their own ones then?
Look, I don't know.
It's like the Maze Runner. Anyway, enough of that.
I don't remember the Maze
What was
Runner.
that comic you read?
This is time for a segment we like to call. Did we get fan mail? We probably didn't, but let's find out right now. Hey, I don't have Twitter on my phone. Do you have it on your phone so you can look at the fan mail? Well,
Well, hold on.
sorry,
I
Thomas. Maybe Thomas has tweeted us now because I didn't see it recently, but I haven't checked Twitter today.
might. Yeah, you can check it.
Okay. But no, I was going to use this section to talk about comic I was reading this week, Spider-Man Life Story. We brought it up a few months ago when it was starting, but I never got around to reading it because it's expensive. So I may or may not have been able to afford it or I read it online. That's for you to decide yourself.
You don't have any evidence to make a case against us, so don't even try.
Yeah, but no, it's really good. For those of you who don't know, it's Spider-Man through the decades if he were to age like a normal person. Because you know, comics, it's been like 60 years or 50 years
And
but
he's still young.
He's still like in his 20s. But this is like if in the 70s he was in his 20s and in the 80s he's in his 30s.
30s and in the 90s
he's in his 40s, you know, stuff like that. And each issue is a decade, but it's like just a section of that decade.
Because at the moment, in the current timeline, he should be like 50, nearly 60.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what this is all about. Wait, how do I check tweets?
Just go to Peter Palmer Pod.
I did, but it doesn't show like when people tweet at you. I have to look at Thomas's.
You have to like try and see.
Because he's the only one who would have tweeted us.
Imagine if heaps of people.
Oh, there's one 49 minutes ago. Good timing, Thomas.
Wow,
that was during the podcast.
Amazing! What the fuck? That's crazy. You tweeted us during our recording.
Yeah, I don't want to read it yet. It'll spoil it. But I want to keep talking about Spider-Man: The Last Story just for a second. All right, now you're reading it.
Okay, no, yeah.
But yeah, Spider-Man: Last Story. What am I talking about? The first issue is the 60s. That one's fun. It's because it's like the events that happen in it are like the events in the comics that happen.
They're happening right now.
Yeah, the events that happen during that decade.
Yeah.
So the first comics, like the whole thing with Norman Osborn and the Green Goblin while Peter's in college. And that's cool to see how that plays out because it's got Flash going away to Vietnam. Because each decade is kind of based around the events of that decade as well. So the whole dilemma Peter faces in that one is like, oh, should I sign up to the Vietnam War because that's what all the other superheroes are doing? Or should I stand my ground in New York and just be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, you know?
Yeah, and I like that interaction you told me about he had with Captain America.
Yeah, that's good.
It's nice.
Because Captain America's like, Captain America makes an announcement on TV that he's going to go fight in the war now because it feels like it's his duty. And Spider-Man's like, oh, if Captain America is doing it because he's already fought in World War II, like what's my excuse?
Yeah.
But then he bumps into Captain America like in the street, like talking to fans and stuff. And Spider-Man's like, wait, Cap, I don't know what to do. I want to serve in the war because I feel like that's what's right, but my heart's telling me to like stay in New York and just do what I'm doing. Yeah. Captain America's pretty much like, being a hero takes a lot of things, selflessness and sacrifice. And I see you do those things every day, son. So whatever you choose to do will be the right thing.
That's so wholesome. Yeah. I love Captain America.
It's so good. And oh my God. And it's written by Chip Zdarsky and illustrated by Mark Bagley. They both do great stuff a lot of the time. And the one problem I'd say with this comic is that like I wish that we could elaborate on each decade more. But I feel like with the minimal amount of pages and time you get like the sense of everything that happens.
Yeah.
Like when it skips to the 70s, you get from context like what happened in the past 10 years. Makes sense?
Yeah, I understand. Like
because 70s. Should I spoil it?
What did you compare it to? You compared it to like a biopic.
Yeah, like a biopic where it goes through a whole person's life and just shows like the highlights.
It doesn't need to show like every single thing. Yeah.
Because it's like the big event of each decade. Like the 70s big event in the comics, spoiler alert, is the death of Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, everyone knows that already though.
Yeah, but it happens differently in this comic, because as soon as I realized it was the 70s, I was like, okay, Gwen's going to fucking bite it. Yeah. But the way it happens, I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Like it's a lot different. Yeah.
Obviously because he's a different age.
Yeah, and because the Clone Saga is a thing like in the 80s and 90s, they introduced that and it becomes like this whole overarching thing of like, is Peter the clone version of himself or is the clone Peter? Because the clone has Peter's memories, so it's like they don't know who is who.
Who's who, which is the original.
Yeah, there might have been a switcheroo at one point. And yeah, it's really interesting and sad seeing Peter Parker grow to be an old man. Yeah. And people die around him because everyone's aging.
Oh, Aunt May.
Probably. Yeah, Aunt May, she's dead. Yeah, she's died by this point because it's the 90s now.
Yeah, she would have. She'd be like too old to be alive.
Yeah. But next issue is next month and it's the 2000s. I'm looking forward to that because I assume it will be Civil War. Yeah. Because we had Secret Wars in the 80s one, which was cool. He got the black suit. That's and it had the whole Kraven's Last Hunt thing in there as well. Black suit. They managed to cram a lot into these comics for 30 pages. It's really good. So I'd recommend that, even though it costs a lot. But you know, maybe if you can find somewhere that don't illegally read comics.
Come on, it's just a comic. Just find a friend that has it and borrow it. Come on, guys.
Yeah, because that happens these days.
I'm so sad.
But no, I'll definitely buy the trade when it comes out. 6 issues. Because it's only 6 issues.
There's a bunch of comics that are on my list that I need to buy next time I go to the comic shop. So
yeah. So when this eventually comes out as a collection, I'll buy that.
Yes.
Because the last issue will be the 2010s, which will be interesting.
Which is current times.
Yeah, and I assume that's will be when he dies.
You know how crazy? Like, it's 2019, right? Next year, it won't be the 2010s anymore. That's scary.
Pretty wild. Toy Story 3 came out almost 10 years ago. There's already a 4th one.
Anyway, do you want to read that?
Yes, this is the fan mail segment, and I'll talk about comics. Did I read any other comics?
Do you need my password?
Oh, yeah. Wait, no.
Can you bleep it out? Okay.
Wait, no, you just do it.
There you go. Oh.
It doesn't recognize your thumb.
Because I'm sweaty. That's why. My phone uses now.
Thomas tweeted us 45 minutes ago, which is good timing, I'd say.
Timing, one might say.
And he says, #fan theory. I think the Sammie who's recording now is actually Robot Sammie undercover. And I think she slipped up. At the end of last episode, when you were singing Stronger, at the end, Sammie's voice goes funny, like a robot. What does she have to say in her defense?
Wait,
oh, shit. This is like Spider-Man life story.
I don't remember singing Stronger at the end.
You do. That's how we ended the last podcast.
What's that song again?
By Kanye West.
Oh.
You went, work it, better,
of course.
Do it faster, makes us strong. And I think you ended with a little, work it, make it.
I have honestly no explanation for that besides the fact that when I was 6, I swallowed a because you know when Kanye first invented auto-tune?
No.
I was a bit older than 6. So like when I was a kid, basically when I was primary school, auto-tune first came out and Kanye released it to the public in those like, iPods. And I had it in my iPod and those mini clip-on iPods and I swallowed it. And I can just do auto-tune on command now, and that's why it sounded like that.
Okay, well, I'm with Thomas. I'm a bit on edge now because after reading Spider-Man life story, there's this whole thing of like the clones and who's who, and you think it's the person.
Why does it matter anyway? Because if I still have all my memories and I'm an android, like I'm still me.
That's the thing, yeah. They address that in Spider-Man life story as well. Yeah,
well, that means you'd really like episode 3 of Black Mirror. It tackles the exact same thing.
The one you were talking about before.
Yeah, Miley Cyrus one.
Anyways.
But you know what, Thomas? I appreciate you bringing that up. And, I might feel uncomfortable that I might not know that I am an android right now. I kind of feel like, cutting open my body and just having a look. But I won't do that just in case I'm real.
Yeah. There's another movie that has like a twist like this where they realize they are a robot or an alien and it's really like sad.
AI. No.
Yeah. I remember there's a bit in Ex Machina where Donald Gleason thinks he's an AI and he freaks out, but he's not. But it's really distressing because he like slits his wrist open. I'm like, hey,
yeah.
Surely there's another way you can figure out that you're an AI.
I mean, when you're like in his situation, I'm sure that you would do, like, it's probably.
Yeah. Cut your leg or something. Like cut your, I don't know. Just poke yourself.
Cut your leg? It's worse to cut your leg. You've got like.
You're right. Maybe just like jab yourself with a pin.
Yeah.
Like when people do like blood tests.
But I feel like you can like still simulate blood really easily. Like if you could like look in there and see flesh.
Yeah, but I don't think the Ex Machina robots had blood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, Thomas had other tweets. We should rename this the Thomas Tweets section.
Yeah.
We should make a new song.
Thomas Tweets.
We should have 2 songs, and when it's just Thomas Tweets, we have the Thomas Tweets song. And if we actually have proper fan mail, we can do the actual fan mail segment. He also said Lilo and Stitch slaps. And he put a little gif of Stitch and Lilo hugging.
Thank you. Oh my God, Lilo and Stitch slaps so hard, dude. It's such a good movie. It makes me cry every single time.
And he also said, issue 69 was released in February 1969. There seems to have been some protests around that time inspired by MLK. I'm guessing that's what it's inspired by. That's all I got from a quick Googs.
Oh, he actually Googled it.
Yeah,
nice.
So we probably asked him to say like...
Oh, yeah. Thomas Google it, yeah.
Yeah, probably like, what was happening around this time?
I was actually kind of interested. So Martin Luther King. There you go. That's definitely what it would be. Yeah. But you know what he didn't point out? that issue 69 came out in 1969. Hey! It's a sex number.
Did you say he didn't point that out, or he did?
He didn't point that out.
He did.
He did.
He
didn't point out that it was a sex number. He just pointed out like that.
He just pointed it out.
Yeah.
My bad.
He didn't get all juvenile about it like I would.
It's a tweet. He didn't have enough letters.
I know. Yeah, true. Thank you so much for participating, Thomas.
Yeah, even though he's listening ironically, that's our theory.
That's our theory. But I appreciate your feedback, and I will go cut my self open tonight and let you know if I'm real or not, because I'm actually scared myself now. The more that I think about it,
pulling the noose away from us.
Yeah. You know what? If I was a robot, that's fine. Like, maybe that's why my mom doesn't always answer my calls.
What defines a robot? We're all made from something.
We're all made out of material, physical. This is scary. I don't want to talk about this. What happens when you die, dude? There's just nothing. That honestly fucking freaks me out.
I think your consciousness goes somewhere. It fucks off.
Yeah, because I don't want to just be nothing.
Like in Futurama where Bender's out in space and there's just a voice speaking to him.
I don't remember not existing. How will I ever remember not existing again?
Oh.
Exactly.
Don't do this.
It's terrifying.
If you want to follow us, you can do so at peterpalmerpod on Twitter, Instagram.
This is what you've done, Thomas.
Facebook. And you can send us email, peterpalmerpod@gmail.com. Give us a rating on iTunes. Give us a comment on YouTube.
Yes, please rate us on iTunes.
It helps the algorithms for Apple, for
comments,
Google.
Yeah.
For just good shit.
Yeah.
Dog.
And a genuine thank you for all the people that listen. I feel like...
Yeah, I think there was 5 listeners last week, Whoever those 5 are, good job.
Thank
Thomas,
you.
Thomas, Phoebe, and the other 3. I actually don't know who the rest are.
Yeah. But genuinely...
There's a consistency there, and I don't know who these people are. I feel like it's just randos. They see it pop up on the Spotify. They click
I'm okay
play.
with not knowing who they are.
I'm not. I want to know. Okay. When it's this small of amount of people, this small sample, it's I want to know who these people are.
Well, let us know who you are. We prompt you every single week to message us.
We need to start asking them at the start of the episode.
Yeah.
Because they probably don't listen this far.
No.
They listen to the comic bit and then they fuck off.
The movie bit's pretty good in my opinion. I listen back to it every week. So
yeah.
Not every week. Some weeks I do.
Sometimes I skip the comic bit, but that's fine. Anyways, see you guys
next week. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you. Well, at least I do.
Hello. Oh no.
Oh my God.
Where the fuck?